Abigail Ockwell here, and welcome back to another Wip and Chat. So if you're new here, Wip stands for Work in Progress. So I'm going to be continue working on my diamond painting of The Bayou Lady by Diamond Art Club, and the artist is Mandy Manzano. Just so you know, I haven't actually worked on this since last week, when I was effectively rushing and doing everything, just because it was half term last week. I didn't really have a whole lot of time to record, and hence why there was a shorter Whip and Chat of half an hour, and yeah, not really sort of over the 15-minute mark, but hopefully this will be the normal length, unless something drastic comes up, which I really hope it doesn't, but it might, on the unforeseen event that it does. Yeah, I'll obviously let you know that. So hope you're doing really well. Please get out whatever it is you happen to be working on, whether it's colouring, diamond painting, knitting, cross stitching, etc. So last week, obviously it was a marathon, just because of it being the half term in the UK, so therefore I was in work most days. I was in work, I think, like 5 days last week. No, it was 5 days, but they were just, the shifts were really long, and just, it was really tiring, just because obviously a majority of us, we've been at home for a year, you know, not really kind of doing anything, not working, and it was kind of a bit of a culture shock for us for it to be that busy. But no, now all the little darlings have gone back. We are now officially quiet. I mean, I was at work yesterday, and actually I've been at work the past 2 days, and it was dead, and I mean it was so dead. Excuse me. Honestly, when it gets hot, when it gets sunny, everyone goes down to the beach, and then we don't really get a whole load of people. But when it rains or it's overcast like today, we tend to get more people in than normal. Well, actually, what would I say? More people than normal. We tend to fill up our seats more than normal. I know I said last week that that we were having sold out tickets, and people were getting really, really annoyed because they would have travelled quite a way just to see a film, and it's like, well, that's not our fault. And, you know, head office, no, not head office, I don't know who it would have been, like customer services, they were saying to people, go to the cinema and check that it's not all sold out, on the off chance that we would get a cancellation. But nope, we had to disappoint quite a few families just because we couldn't, you know, we'd sold all the tickets and got to max capacity in quite a few of the screens. But anyway, that was last week. Like I say, this week has been really, really quiet at work, you know. Nothing has really been there hasn't been really any action. There hasn't been really any ID disputes as what happened last week. Oh, I felt so sorry for Alex last week. So if you weren't here last week, Alex is somebody who I work with, and he got a customer get really kind of up in his face because we have a lot of age restricted films at the moment, especially Second Quiet Place film. That's really popular, and obviously we need to see ID, and he was just so mad that we'd asked for ID and was like just getting really mad that it kind of got to the point that I thought he was going to punch my colleague or a customer that was actually standing up and defending Alex, saying he's only doing his job. And yeah, eventually that customer, he actually stormed out, didn't get a refund or anything. And yeah, that's the end of that. I haven't seen him since, but doesn't mean that he won't come back. Right now, but sorry if I sound a bit tired. It's because I was up early this morning because I had a driving lesson. Excuse me, I just took a quick sip of my drink. So I should probably get into my driving lesson. So it was my mock test today. Well, I had a mock test today, and oh my gosh, it went okay. I will say it went okay. It's always within like the first half of my lesson. If something's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong. And yeah, I did fail my mock, but you know, it was stupid mistakes. It's stuff that I know and can easily rectify. So there was the main one was involving a van and a level crossing. I couldn't see behind the van, but I thought he was clear of the crossing. He wasn't. So I kind of had my back end on the thingamajiggy, on the crossing. And then of course what happens? It starts ringing, buzzing, going off, and I was like, oh no, this is my worst nightmare. I don't like walking across level crossings. If there's a bridge, I'll usually take a bridge. Unless, you know, say there isn't a bridge, then obviously I don't have the option of taking a bridge, and I just have to put my big girl face on and suck it up, basically. But yeah, no, even in a car, when you're if you're about to cross, or when you're crossing and suddenly the lights, suddenly the bells start going off, for me, it's one of the most scariest things that can happen to me. I do have a very real fear of level crossings. You know, if I'm in a car, it's not so bad, but yeah, I just walking over them, I just can't. I do not like level crossings. But no, so I say my back end was on the level crossing. I couldn't really see around this car. Well, it wasn't a car, around the van. And so therefore that was a major, because I couldn't see what was happening. I should have just held back and waited for the thing. Even though, you know, if I'd waited, I would have just been waiting at the lights, but I think part of it was I was just conscious of the queue that was building up behind me, and I think probably a lot of the drivers that were behind were like, oh, bloody learner. You know, us learners, we do get a really, really negative kind of perception. It's like, oh, learners can't drive. However, a majority of road users, people that have passed their tests that I think you can't drive, is ridiculous. Okay, so I've got two perfect examples of this. So this was kind of near the end. We'd gone round we'd gone round a roundabout. Well, actually, it's two roundabouts. It's not mini roundabout, but it's two roundabouts. And basically, there was a bus that was like parked up, dropping off or picking up passengers. I think he was dropping off and picking up a couple. I can't remember. And there was a car. I was a few cars back, so I got a really good view of what happened. And this guy was really impatient, and he signaled and he overtook this bus that was probably just about ready to go. However, because of where he was, this is going back to the van and the level crossing, where I couldn't see around him, he probably couldn't see around that bus. So if that was me and I'd been right behind that bus, I would have just waited until the bus had driven off from the bus stop, because just watching him, I could see there was just no way he could have seen around that bus, there was no way that the person driving the car could have seen around that bus. So yeah, that was quite amusing. And I said to my instructor, I said, is it bad that I'm judging other road users driving? And he was like, no, not at all. The fact that you're criticising other people's driving, it means that you're seeing what they're doing and thinking, right, don't do that. Which is, it's really kind of the attitude to really have. And then the second one was, actually, technically there were three. I could talk about the third one on my way back. Well, the first bit was on my way back. That first story was also on my way back. All these stories are when I was on my way back, driving myself back home. So we were going down a narrow road, and this is a road that is actually used a lot. However, a lot of the houses, they don't have garages, so there are a lot of parked cars on the road. And everything was going well. I was in sensible gear. I think I was in gear 2. Yeah, I was in gear 2. And everything was fine. And then this guy, he was quite an elderly gentleman. He was half on his side of the road, half on mine. So yeah, I obviously slowed down. He went past, and I just said to my instructor, I said to him, thank God that I'm not one of these people that would that was tearing around a corner, otherwise that would have been a head-on collision. Yeah, it was just like so bad. I was like, if you're doing things like that, maybe it's time to give up your license. So on that note, actually, my dad and me actually share a similar opinion to this, that you know, at over a certain age, I think he said about 80, I think it was, you should be made to give up your license. If you're actually still capable to drive, you should be having like an assessment once a year. So yeah, yeah, I know there will probably be some people here that don't agree with me on that, but that's just for the UK. You know, I'm not saying like everywhere in the world should be, I'm not saying there is a mandatory age when you should give up your license, but yeah, it's the amount of road users that it's kind of, you're on a major road, and you know, you've got this little old guy who is driving his car at about 30 miles an hour. It's, you know, it's so unsafe. It is really unsafe. And I mean, I've been in a car with an elderly gentleman who was driving, and we were on this dual carriageway, and he was going at 40, and it was, the cars were just coming so close, and they were just going so fast that I thought that we were going to get hit. The amount of times that I thought, oh gosh, here we go, here comes the big crash. And oh, that was scary. You know, being in a car with someone who is technically not really fit to drive, it is quite a scary thing. I mean, my dad, when he started having strokes, he gave up his license voluntarily because he knew he probably wasn't going to be able to drive again. And because my mum never learned to drive, it was kind of like, yeah, you got quite a while before you take a test, before you start driving. And yeah, it's like, it's kind of like, now that I'm on the verge of taking my test, it's about a month away, that I realise, I think, how much responsibility is going to be on me when I have the car. Obviously, I'm gonna drive, you know, I will drive my parents places if they need it. So say someone has to go up to, for example, Portsmouth, then I can drive them up there, I can drive them back. Yeah, I don't know what my family would be going up to Portsmouth for, but, well, actually, my brother, painter and decorator brother, and his family live Portsmouth way, so that would probably be why I would be driving there. But yeah, that's, and also if my mum was doing a big shop at one of the big supermarkets, it'd be really useful for her, because since Dad stopped driving, it's obviously, if it's raining, she'll get a taxi, but if say it's the weather, she will walk up to the supermarket and then walk back with shopping. And you know, that's not really convenient for my mum, because, you know, if she's got a lot of shopping, she does have one of these wheelie shopping baskets though, but like I say, it is not like the best thing in the world that she's having to wheel this shopping basket. About, I'm trying to think, nearest big supermarket, about half an hour away. Well, half an hour walk, which is, it's not that, oops, sorry, bumped you there. It's not that bad. Oh, something's leaked. No, sorry, my other half's, there's something that's leaked. And a Christmas present given to my other half. Hold on, I'm just gonna stop this and then investigate. And we're back. Sorry about that. Shower gel that Josh, my fiance, was given for Christmas. The cap had popped open, and so the bag was leaking shower gel, and it was just it wasn't disgusting, but it just, I need to wash. Actually, I should probably wash my feet after this, because where I put my foot when I was reaching over to get drills was where it had partially leaked from. But yeah, so that is currently in the bathroom, which is probably about 3 steps, if that, away from my bedroom. So I can't remember what I was going on about. I was going on about driving, but thinking back, I think I've actually said everything that I wanted to about my driving. So probably I should get on to why I haven't diamond painted a whole lot. I've just been cross stitching. So I mentioned last week that I started a new cross stitch thing called Lilith of Labrador by Mirabilia, and it's going quite well. I haven't touched it a whole load this week, but that's just purely because I'm doing something for my godson, which I will get into after this, actually. Yeah, and as you can see, I've just really done part of her arm and her hair, and it just looks so beautiful. I can't wait until that one's finished. This will probably be another one of those Wip and Chats where there are quite a few pictures. So yeah, it'll be Wip and Chat with pictures. Well, at least it's not a Wip and Chat with supporting diagrams. That would be interesting. And here we have the graph showing how much you have diamond painted this week compared to how much you've cross stitched. Oh gosh, no, I've been more than definitely crafting. Well, more than definitely being cross-stitching a majority of the time. I finished the section that I was working on when was it? When did I do my Wip and Chat? Friday. I want to say it was Friday. I was working on it, but yeah, don't quote me on that. So yeah, no, I've actually written in my planner that you saw a photo of last week, like the front and back. I've been writing so much stuff down of what I need to do, plans. So one of my plans is, somebody said, yeah, we'd love to see your stash, and so I'm gonna find a way. I've got to figure it out to see when I do that, because that will obviously be a really, really, really long video. And I may have to take you a little bit round the house. So yeah, I'm probably gonna try and schedule it for next month or something. I haven't completely thought about it yet, but yeah, because I've got a lot to do, and obviously I've got my practical next month, so that's something to look forward to. And yeah, so I'm gonna probably show, as I was saying, because I'm gonna take you around the house a little bit. You're gonna see completed ones, and then you're gonna see the stuff that's in my stash that I'm yet to do. I still need to pop that one that I unboxed for you a couple of weeks ago. Still need to pop that up on the shelf where I keep all my Diamond Art Club boxes. So if you don't like Diamond Art Club on this channel, then this probably isn't going to be a place for you. I will warn you that now if you're new. I love Diamond Art Club. I've said it so many times, I'm a Diamond Art Club whore. Love them. Love them, love them, love them. And the reason I love them is part of the ethics of their company, where they pay the artists. So obviously, like Mandy Manzano did By You Lady, you see so many companies on AliExpress like ripping these licensed images, and then when you get them, it's just a really just rubbish product at the end of it. But they do sell them for a really cheap price, so you know, in a way it's not surprising. But yeah, when I show my stash, I will be taking out any copyright images, anything that I know I can't show on the channel. I'm just gonna be like super careful, because I don't want to kind of get copyright strike, because there was a lot a few years ago of where who was it? I think it was Tiny Worlds of Wonder. She had some stolen artwork on her channel and didn't realize it. So yeah, I kind of don't want that happening, because obviously if you get, I think it's 3 copyright strikes, then your channel gets taken down and you're not allowed to, you know, do YouTube anymore. And that would be a bit, that must be so annoying. Kind of, you think that there's an image that you think's safe, and then all of a sudden you find out it's copyright. That must be one of the most annoying things, especially if, like, say you've worked years and suddenly your channel gets taken down. Sorry, I thought I had lawnmower outside. So I thought I may have to shut the window, which thankfully I didn't. But it is just so hot and so muggy today that it's just it's just not a nice day, just because of how overcast it is. It's not nice. So I've got my lamp on, and of course I always have my bedroom light on. I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was, maybe it was Josh coming in, because his brother is currently injured at the moment. So Josh has 2 brothers. So you've got the middle one, which is Rowan, and then you've got the youngest, Ethan. and this is about the youngest Ethan. So he, Rowan, and Sergeant Father-in-Law. Yes, there is a reason I call him Sergeant Father-in-Law, and that is just to protect his identity. They went on a bike ride, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Can't remember when, but they went on a bike ride. And Ethan, he came off his bike and he injured his knee quite badly. From what I've been told, there is a possibility he may have to have surgery, but I haven't heard anything on it. But yeah, so he was meant to go on holiday with his family last Friday. However, because he was still in hospital, he couldn't. So bless him, he's at my in-laws' house, and he's currently recovering. Now, he's currently in the army, so yeah, it may be that I have to think of a code name for him. I can't use Army Brother because that's for one of my brothers. Army brother-in-law? Possibly could. But no, Ethan's really great. So yeah, we did, when he was discharged, we did offer to put him up in our guest bedroom, because obviously with my dad and his limited mobility, we have a stair lift, so he'd be able to get up and down stairs no problem at all. But sadly he didn't feel comfortable with that, so Josh is going down and, you know, just making sure he's all right, etc. Which, yeah, he is at the moment. So yeah, and I think Rowan's also, I think on the first night Rowan stayed with him. The bad thing is that when it happened, Rowan was recording the whole thing, and neither he nor Sergeant Father-in-Law actually kind of did anything. They were just chuckling in the background, and then I think they realised, oh, actually he's hurt himself. And then I think they stopped recording. But from what I can understand, he has damaged ligaments. No, he's torn a ligament in his knee. I don't think it's the main one, which is the ACL. If you tear that, you know, depending on the tear, you have to have you do have to have reconstructive surgery. And I think the thing with the ACL is that it can only be repaired once, but I'm not sure. I'm not a doctor. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a colour at the moment. What colour am I on? I need E. Okay. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on with that. But, you know, it's a shame that Ethan didn't feel comfortable coming here, but I can understand why. Also, it probably would have made things a little bit more interesting to record. But yeah, because some of you will know Josh. He's obviously a hardcore gamer. He loves playing on his PC, and And Ethan, it's the same. He would have, if he was staying here, he would have brought his laptop with him, so he would have been underneath me in the dining room. I do apologise about my lizard. He is being a pain in the butt at the moment. He's had everything that he needs. He's had his food, he's had water, etc. But yeah, he's just being a little extra today, and you know, we all have those days where we need to be a little extra. So we're just going to ignore him, or at least attempt to. I can't say that that's going to work completely, but you know, at least try and sort of give some quiet. But no, I have heard Ethan game, and he is quite loud. He's like Josh, and obviously because he's in the army, he has quite a bad potty mouth. I'll get into that story. This is another one that happened at work. So it'd probably be, we'd be hearing like F-bombs every 2 seconds, which obviously I try and keep a family friendly channel here. Wouldn't be the best thing, because you know, I know, you know, they've got YouTube Kids. Even though these videos are not made for kids, there's YouTube Kids, and the kids are not going to stay on YouTube Kids. We all know this. This is something we know. So therefore, if a kid does decide to wander over to the channel, I don't want them like hearing all the stuff. That's why one of my videos, one of the more kind of how would I put it? One of the more sort of interesting videos is 18 plus, because which was the curious case of the corpse and skateboard, because I really do not want a kid underage seeing that and obviously having nightmares about a corpse and a skateboard. You know, just I don't want to kind of wake up one morning and find a message from an angry parent going, "How dare you? My kid put this up. My kid has had nightmares for da 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 da." And it's, yeah, just no. Don't do it. It's just stupid. But yeah, so like I say, in a way I am quite relieved that he's not here, but it would have been quite nice having Ethan here. I get on very well with Ethan. Anything else? Oh yeah. I'll get on to the penultimate event. Well, yeah, so what I'll do is I'll talk about that. So obviously I had horse riding on Monday, which went very well. I had Twix again, and he was just lovely. He was just sweetie bops, because it's Twix and I know I can trust him. He can always feel if I'm unbalanced. He can feel if my foot comes out of a stirrup, he will just automatically slow the pace down. I don't have to kind of be like, okay, Twix, let's slow this down a little bit while I get myself sorted out. He's just like, oh, something doesn't feel right, let's slow down. However, that can be a bit annoying at times, because, you know, sometimes he thinks that I'm in danger when I'm not. But yeah, no, I mean, I find it sweet that he's got my safety at heart, but yeah, I do need him to kind of step off the sort of safety gear just a fraction. Not too much that it's going to be crazy, but just enough so that he knows that I'm okay. But yeah, that was nice to do on Monday? We were doing serpentines. So it was a three-stage serpentine. So they're like circles and everything. But yeah, it was just nice to have Twix. I just love Twix. He's just cute. But no, I should probably get onto my last story. I was just gonna touch on the horse ride. Oh, also with Twix, it did pop out my head while I was going on about all that, but now it's popped back into my head, which is good. So, I have never put a horse's bridle on before, and I have to do it for part of my challenge awards, and I did it. I managed to more or less put the bridle on all by myself. I had a person talking me through it. However, they did have to go and answer a call in the office. But I managed to put Twix's bridle on. More or less correct. There were just a few little things that I completely I didn't do, obviously, because being new, it was kind of feeding, I think it was a noseband underneath sort of where the bit is. So I had the noseband obviously sort of over the top of the bit, which isn't meant to go there, it's meant to be underneath. But I got him to take the bit. Honestly, I found it quite interesting trying to get the bit on, but he took it. I think probably, yes, he's a riding school horse, so yes, he's probably used to sort of kids trying to, putting things on in interesting ways. He was just so patient, but I think it did get to a point that he was like, oh, come on. How long is this going to take? No, but no, when I was trying to get him to take the bit, I did think at one point he was going to bite me, but he didn't. He just stayed there. It was just, yeah. So that was quite fun. Managed to get it over his ears and everything. It was more or less correct. But yeah, that was just because obviously when it's your first time putting something on, it's not always going to be correct. You're always going to have a few little hiccups. No, that was fun. It's fun. So I untacked him and everything, which was great. And then I met my friend Robin. So Robin is currently pregnant. She's due to give birth next week. This is partly why I've been cross-stitching so much. So those of you that have been here for a while will know that I'm doing a pattern from Disney Cross Stitch magazine. It's a little motif, and it is just of Disney characters. So you've got Winnie the Pooh, you've got Tigger, Dumbo, Bambi, Thumper, Pinocchio, Baloo and Mowgli, Patch from 101 Dalmatians, and also you've got Lady and the Tramp. I'm currently doing Patch at the moment, but I'm not trying to rush it, but I am kind of trying to get it finished before July, because I don't know why, but my gut is telling me that she's gonna drop a little bit early because he is quite long. And the reason I know he's quite long is because on Monday, my friend Robin, she went to go and get a 4D scan of my godson, and she invited me along with her. So she picked me up from riding, so I was in my riding clothes all day. We had Golden M's for lunch. I think you might know what that is. The popular fast food chain with the Golden M. And yeah, we had a lunch. So then at 5:15, so she was obviously trying to keep her bladder filled up because, you know, so we could try and get a good image of the baby, Bill Dexter. And oh, it was just so lovely. I'm gonna pop some pictures in here so you can see the little squidge. And I honestly, I can't wait to meet him. So it was, you know, they did like checks and stuff, and they had the heartbeat really, really loud, and I admit I jumped. So then they switched to like the 4D image, and then it was the cutest thing. He had a little smile on his face, like, I made my godmama jump, like that cheeky little smile. And I was gone. I honestly was gone. I started crying there and then. I was like, I don't care what I look like, I'm just gonna go cry. So yeah, it was really fun. And like, obviously they were doing obviously other things, and we saw a few shots of the high definition, and there's a really cute picture of just him poking his tongue out. And so basically the reason I've got these pictures is because Robin gave me some, and I really wanted the one with his tongue out because I thought that's just so cute. So I've currently got that in my planner, so every time I open it, I've got those photos in my little book. And it honestly, it just gives me so much motivation. Robin, bless her, she was umming and ahhing with a heartbeat there. So the heartbeat, you could get it put in, you could sorry, I'm tongue tied today. So you could put Dexter's heartbeat in a bear. And she was like umming and ahhing, and I'd wanted to get her something else, so I said, whichever one you want, I will pay for it. So yeah, I bought her little heartbeat bear. It's a little giraffe, and it's just really cute. But like I say, he is really young, so he is really young. Of course he's young. He's still in Robin's tummy. He's really long. That's what I meant to say. So obviously you're gonna get a giraffe. But no, I think, as you can see on the photos, you can obviously see his cute nose. And that was the first thing I said. I said, Robin, it's got your nose. And I just want it to be the 28th of July already, or whenever he's deciding he wants to come and say hi and meet the world. I'm just waiting to hear when he's here, because I am gonna go and visit Robin in the hospital before, like when she's in labour, because there's no way that I'm not missing that. And I'm so excited. So yeah, I think that's all I've got this week, really. So thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a comment, and if you're new, please possibly consider subscribing. I always love it when you comment or I get a new subscriber. You know, I very rarely check how many subscribers I have, but it's it's kind of, every time I check, I realise I've had a few more. I mean, last time I checked, it was 21 subscribers. And then my other half told me that I had 31. So then I obviously had to go and check that, because I thought, yeah, right, like 31 people are subscribed to me. And I was obviously very pleasantly surprised. Got 31 subscribers. But anyway, that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye!